I appreciate that. You guys are bringing, I appreciate it. Keep that energy going though, because our next performer, you know him, you love him, it's Logan!
Hey, it's good to be here. Back at the ECT, the Ethnic Cultural Theater. I'm really glad that someone else named it, because when I describe something as ethnic and cultural, it's a problem. Like Tony was saying, it's 420, we got a couple of people celebrating. Woo! Okay, yeah. We're funnier the more you do, so thank you for that. I keep telling the membership, the leadership of this club, we gotta do a bait sale. Sell some brownies out, make us funnier, you know, but it's like against the rules or whatever. Psychedelic band Fish is in town. Anyone heard of them? Yeah, okay. I was down at Seattle Center last night. This guy clocked me and he asked me, he's like, hey, do you know who Fish is? And I'm like, no, not really, some rock band. And he's like, oh, okay. And they're spelled P-H-I-S-H. And he's like, the only person I knew who spelled Fish like that was a street dude named Fish. We got people like to study at Ode. Ooh, okay. Y'all notice how the weirdest people study at Ode? One time, I was in there working on one of those long banks of the computers, like 5 in a row, and this guy kept doing laps around the one that I was working on. Every time he walked past me, he'd go, and keep going. I think bro was performing a spell of some sort, perhaps an incantation, maybe. Another time, I went to go use the urinal, and there's like the 5 in a row, no divider, and they're really close together. And I walk in, and this one guy sees me walk in, he's using it, and he looks up at me and scowls and gets closer to the urinal. It's like, bro, I'm not stealing your answers. Like, that looks like a short essay response anyway. I'm an electrical engineering major, which means I also work pretty closely with the CS majors, and man, I love those guys, but I've never seen so many rain jackets indoors as I have as on the CS guys. It's like, it's not raining in here, you're not drowning in pussy. One time I took this one CS class, first day, it's about like history of the internet, and so we get handed this book full of old internet websites, and we gotta like find a website and like present to the class about it. And I get partnered up with this guy, I bet he was a good guy, he never made eye contact with me though. And I'm just like, hey, we gotta pick a website, let's get this shit going. And so he picks the website, I'm like, bet, we start typing it up about it, and then we go to present, and he's the one that does all the talking. I'm like, cool, whatever. And he's like, me and Lucas picked this website because we both really like cheese. I'm not Lucas, I guess cheese is alright, whatever. I love overhearing things. I can't keep to my own business. One time, I saw this girl and this gay guy walking around campus. I shouldn't say he was gay, I don't want to assume that. But the girl asked, like, hey, if you had a spirit animal, like, what would it be? And the guy said, well, my spirit animal would be a rainbow, because I'm gay. That's a true story. Another time I was down at Gasworks, and you know how they have that like covered area and all the pipes, and there's like bands usually performing? I hear this one guy get up on the mic and say, the only thing stroking on my ween is the scene. Another time I was walking through one of the, I don't even know what building I was in, but they have those like little alcoves you can sit in that usually no one ever does. And one time, there was this like professor and this German guy sitting there. And I was shocked that there was someone like using that to sit. And I think I scared a little bit too long. Because the German guy looked up at me and said, I'm not the one who's the problem. I have a theory that like you can look, and they don't even have to be in a relationship, but you can just tell like some guys, like they're just gonna get divorced. I think it has to do with like what kind of beer they drink the most. Like IPA, local brewery, pretty good chance, like that's a solid relationship. Miller High Life is a little risky. Like Natty Light, you sign a prenup. Let's see. Oh, I had a roommate who dated this girl who was like deathly afraid of citrus. Like we had a lime on the table when he brought this girl over, and he had to put the lime in the cupboard so she wouldn't even see it. I want to know what kind of trauma you have to go through in your life to be like afraid of citrus. But I was like, hey, no, this is good. Like if she ever overstays her welcome, I'll come down with a lemon pledge, we can get her out real quick. I gotta wonder though, when she's walking down the street and she sees a lime bike. And you know, it's like they say, when life gives you lemons, get therapy. Thank you, that's my time.